So let's move to the other adult in the room here, which is really you two. This is your specialty because hey, you're the teacher, you know. Um, and it really kind of lends to that the Montessori quote that you had me read there, Amy. Um, so first of all, having the proper attitude for your class, you know. Let's talk about listening. Um, for the teacher, what does that entail?
Reading through the entire email. But truly, listening to the end of what the parent is saying, or listening to the end of what the child is saying. They need time sometimes to express it. And it's not just listening verbally, it's listening to the nonverbal too. That child that's hiding behind the parent is definitely telling us something. Or the child that is suddenly, they've been active for a whole class and suddenly they're, doing this, that they're done. They've had enough. And that it might be a wise idea to begin to bring in a lullaby or do something that is more hand-centered rather than another big up flying around the room experience. So that listening is so key to how the class is going to be paced. It's going to be key to what activity I may choose to do next. And it respects that child's energy level as well as their immediate needs right at that moment. So yeah, listening is essential. What do you think, Amy?
Yeah, I agree completely. I think that that's a great attitude of listening, just not just the verbal, but the nonverbal. What clues are you getting from the child or from the parent? I think that also, because of the online, it has been an interesting time to connect with a couple. There are a couple of parents who love to hang on at the end of class and just have a little bit of time where they can talk to you as an adult, and so there's that aspect of listening. So yeah, I think you touched on all of it. Watching for clues, listening for clues. Being a good listener is a modeling thing that you're doing for them too. That you can stop and take in what they're saying because you want them to stop and take in what you're saying. And also how we respect completely the listening area of class and how that is set up with ceremony every single time to remind them of the listening time so that that's an active, purposeful, focused listening time of the class. So listening sort of bleeds into the other areas. But as the teacher, you're setting all of that up.
Yeah, now be that as it may, at the same time, we're teaching children how to wait
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
on listening because many times we'll be singing, and I can think of one child who will shout my name, Ellen, 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 and I'm singing, and I will sing to the end of the song, and then I will say, Finn, you had something special to tell me. Now's the time to tell me. Do
Yes.
you remember what it was? Because
Yeah.
we know they're having, the memory, they may not remember it. It doesn't really matter. They might make up something else. But learning to wait for the whole song to end is part of a listening skill.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, you're doing all that in a very respectful way. The way you
Nice.
just described it was extremely respectful to the child. That they're an individual who has feelings. They want to be heard. I think that a lot of times, eh, I can only speak from the parent side. From the parent, I probably fail at that a little bit with my kids. And seeing a teacher model that respectful attitude toward a child actually helps me tremendously as a parent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, you're modeling for the parent.
Mhm.
That's so great.